Now, all right. Hello, people that are listening to this podcast. It is me, Bolo, and this is the Lego Lounge, and I'm here today, kind of like interviewing JP right here, JP Lego Studios Mobile. So, yeah.
Yes.
So, JP, I have a few questions for you.
Okay.
So, wait, let me pull them up. Uh, what is what is the point of what are you doing on YouTube? Like, what are you doing on YouTube
Not
right
really doing much, just doing my stop motions. I decided to start them because I guess originally I'll tell you that I've told this many times that my mobile channel was originally just supposed to be so I could join people's streams when I wasn't home. But then I started watching stop motions, and so I decided to start making some. So yeah.
now? So what are your stop motions?
Uh, Batman and Red Hood.
Nice. That's pretty cool. What is the point of the Red Hood series?
So the Red Hood series is basically it takes place after the Batman series. I wasn't originally going to actually have it out until after the last season of Batman, but I decided to just come out with it because um, I didn't know if many people wanted it or not. So yeah, that's the point of it. It's basically a kind of after Batman series, I guess.
Nice, dude. So like, can you give us like maybe a sneak peek on what's gonna happen or
Yeah,
uh,
sure,
what's gonna happen
definitely.
next?
So in season one, Black Mask is going to assemble the secret society, which is composed of Tony Zuko, Rupert Thorne, Two Face, Black Mask, um, Carmine Falcone, and Salvatore Maroni. And then each of them are basically going to fight Red Hood in an episode. And then in season two, I'm gonna make the Falcone boys team up with Red Hood, and they are basically gonna go undercover in the secret society and basically try to take it over, um, so that way Red Hood can not deal with them anymore.
Nice. That sounds pretty cool. So let's see what's my oh yeah for the Batman series. What was the point of that?
The Batman series really, I got inspiration from Mad Bat Productions, which he doesn't really upload anymore. He kind of left people on a cliffhanger, but the Batman series, I guess, I just kind of um, it's kind of my interpretation of like a dark version of Batman and how uh, I see Batman kind of in a darker state and kind of like basically it's kind of a corrupt Gotham, I guess, is what it is.
Isn't Gotham already corrupt?
Yeah, it is, but it's more kind of basically Batman doesn't have any rules and he
Oh,
doesn't
so
have
he
his
kills people.
yeah,
Ah,
if he has to, but um yeah.
actually, I saw a comment on YouTube. It was so like it was basically it just said like you know how Batman's rule is not to kill anyone, and like look
Hmm.
at his batter. How does he not kill people with his batarangs when he just throws them without looking? I don't know, like because like those things are pretty uh sharp. Shurikens. They're literally just shurikens, except the shape of a bat. And I don't know how no one dies from that, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know either.
So, can you give me like an overview on what happens or what's going to happen in the Batman series?
So basically, as you know, if you've been watching it, you guys know that Joker basically is supposedly dead, but that's a lie. He's not dead. Um, he was actually originally going to die, but the voice actor, Greenleaf Productions, convinced me to keep him alive. And so what's going to happen is in season two, the Riddler is basically going to kind of make Black Mask and the Mad Hatter kind of fight each other for Gotham. And then in the process of that, he's basically taking over Gotham secretly with having those two fight each other and be on each other's backs. And then the Joker is going to come back more psychotic and deluded, I guess.
Ah, so like a crazier Joker.
Hmm.
That's pretty cool. That's actually cool. I actually really enjoy your Batman series and your Red Hood series. I think it's pretty good. I'm just being honest, and the voices are really good. So
I appreciate that. Thank you.
yeah, no problem, my man. So when we're watching, so say just a dude that just comes along your channel, watch you advertise your Batman series. Say they watch like episode 1, right? And then
Hmm.
they watch the whole series, and then like while they're watching, like what key details would you want them to notice for like a viewer that's going to watch if they're gonna
So,
watch?
yeah, I want people to kind of notice, I guess, Batman's emotions and how he kind of transforms over the episodes. Because, like, in episode one, he was all just fine with Robin being by his side and everything. But then as you progress through the episodes, you see him basically going into more of a kind of broodier and kind of killing mode, and is out for vengeance because the Joker um, basically killed two of the Robins. And so that would be one detail. Another detail would be just how Alfred and Robin kind of are looking out for Batman and making sure he doesn't go off the hook and try and um, basically they're looking out for him and so he doesn't go insane, even though he did attempt to kill the Joker.
Yeah, that's cool, dude. That's a cool story, man. That's really cool. Not cool story. That's a cool like thing that you incorporated in your series or going to incorporate. I'm definitely going to have to rewatch it, but you know, I need to watch it already. I just watched the episodes are already out for your Batman series. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna rewatch it and thinking about those details.
Yeah,
And you guys should too. JP works hard in his stop motions, and yeah, give him some love. All right, so now the same exact question with the Red Hood series. Some key details you want us to notice while watching.
I guess to kind of, I guess to kind of see how Jason has progressed from being the Arkham Knight into being Red Hood, um, is the main thing because in the Batman series he's the Arkham Knight, but in the Red Hood series he's Red Hood. So basically, I kind of want people to see how he's progressed from basically wanting to take over Gotham to basically wanting to take over Gotham, but at the same time get rid of his competition. Unlike in Batman, where the Arkham Knight would just kind of be like, okay, just spy on this person for me, because actually, Jason cares a lot about Batman, and so that's why in episode 3 he says that he forgives him and that he doesn't really care that he died because Batman tried to actually save him. And then I guess the second key detail is to basically watch how the secret society will play out because there are some things that are going to happen in between the group because like Tony Zuko and Two Face are probably gonna fight with each other, and then Rupert Thorne, he's not really gonna do much. He's gonna be the laid back one, I guess. And then Black Mask and Two Face, they're the members who are basically running the whole thing, so they're going to kind of be the main two characters, and then Salvatore and Carmine basically will battle between each other for more money and who was basically better. So,
Nice, dude. So, um, now, how much effort do you put into these stop motions in each episode?
so episode one of the
Oh,
Batman series
okay, yeah.
didn't take much. Actually, it did take a little bit longer because I was just starting out, and sometimes I tend to procrastinate and not want to work on them. So that's the reason why some of the episodes have been kind of spaced out because sometimes I don't really want to work on them, but sometimes I do. And so with Batman episode 1, I did that took me I think like 2 weeks or 3 weeks to get done. Episode 2, I think that only took me a couple days because I did um, already have everything done. I just needed to put in the voices. And then with episode 3, that took much longer than I actually expected it to be because I announced it in November, but it came out in December. So I guess that took a lot longer than I thought it would. But the reason for that is because a lot of the parts um, I kind of messed up, so I had to refilm it, which took much longer than expected. And then
Well,
with
yeah, it's the beauty of stop motion. You get to go back and do that. Um, so I think the annoying part is like, say if you messed up on something and you have to refilm it, you have to make your setup again.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. And
because
then with
I done that. That happened to me when I was making my Lego Dimension series. I had to, so I made two little frames for a scene,
hmm
and I had to refilm it because if I just slowed down the frames, then it would look choppy. So yeah, it's kind of annoying because I took off the set, but yeah, like the setup. But
yeah,
it
and then
you
with
get used
Red,
to it.
yeah, and then with Red Hood, that didn't take long actually. That only took me a few days. I think actually it took me a week, at least to basically film, and then to get out. It did take longer because um, I did actually have to delete some scenes sadly because I messed up. It wasn't the voice actor's fault. It was actually my fault. I accidentally messed up the two gang lords, their minifigures, and so I could not. I couldn't keep those parts in, so I had to delete those parts. So yeah, that's the reason it kind of took a little bit longer than I expected to, but otherwise Red Hood didn't take long.
That's neat. Yeah, my stop motion, like it, I slowly started to stop working on it because of school and all that stuff. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's why it took me actually. So I started making it back in December, like late December, and then I still haven't finished it up to now. So that's what, like 6 months, about maybe a little less. Because again, it was at the around it was the end of December. I do have all the most of, actually, I do have to refilm some stuff. Most of the uh scenes done. Like, so spoiler alert, by the way. If there's like a boss scene that I have, I don't want to give too much away, but there's just like a boss scene in there of what
hmm
happens, or like, just like a really hard fight scene. and then there's three, and I forgot to add the other two, so I needed to refilm those, which was kind of annoying. But I mean, it's not really anyone's fault besides mine. So more, I was just mostly mad at myself.
Yeah.
That's how long it takes. But yeah, that's what this is. The stop motion episode. Actually, the episode two was supposed to come out back in May 4th, because I was scheduled it to come back out there. But then I had a lot of schoolwork to do,
Mhm.
and actually, you the stop motion's actually around like 11 minutes long.
Oh.
So, and I also added a green screen thing, but like
Mm.
my chroma key is bad, so I have to individual frame do like a green screen thing, which
Oh.
is annoying. And also, it doesn't help that my computer's kind of like bad now because it's old and it keeps on crashing. So then my work is unsaved and deleted.
Yeah.
But anyways, we got sidetracked a lot. So JP, what's your favorite episode that you made in the Batman series?
My favorite episode, I would honestly have to say, is episode three. The reason for that is because episode three it did take a lot longer, but um, it's my favorite because of basically Batman. You kind of see his darker side, and where he's like, it's time to get rid of the Joker. And then also at the end, where it basically shows him basically ignoring his rule of not killing, and he kills Talon with the robot. And then at the end, with basically Joker coming back, basically saying that he wasn't dead, and that now the police, like Commissioner Gordon, he can't trust Batman anymore because of what he did.
All right. And for the Red Hood series,
I'd have to say honestly, probably part three, because like granted episode one was in three parts, but um I'd have to say part three of episode one, which like I said, it's not really part of episode one, it's more of a kind of basically intro to episode two, but it's not in episode two. It's kind of linking episode one and episode two, and that's why it's my favorite.
like a mini
Also,
movie.
yeah, basically, and also because Black Mask finally says, it's time to assemble the team, or the secret society that's gonna happen. So
Yeah, that sounds nice, dude. Yeah, that it is nice actually. Episode three, or episode one, part three,
hmm
and for the Batman series. Oh wait, did I say both? Or wait, what did I start with? I'm sorry.
you started with Batman.
Oh yeah, Batman. I'm so sorry, everyone. If probably like everybody's cringing right now. Okay, so for the Red Hood, uh, or did you already mention that? Okay, this is just going downhill. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Who's the main villain in the arc? You're in the current arc in the Batman series.
The main villain right now is definitely Black Mask. Because as you know, his mask got shot in episode two, I think, either episode two or episode three. I don't quite remember. I think it was episode two. Um, and so basically, he's the main villain because he's basically getting revenge on the Mad Hatter and also the Joker um, because what I basically did is that Black Mask has a lung problem and that he can't really breathe very good, and so his mask was basically his oxygen. It provided his oxygen, and so now he has to wear the little gas mask because after every sentence he says he has to breathe in because he's low on oxygen, and he has to breathe it in, and so he's basically the main villain for now. And then in season 2, it's gonna start to form the Riddler and Joker to be the main villains. So,
Nice, dude. That's a nice villain. Yeah. Uh, uh, Black Mask. I
hmm
did some research on him because you I didn't know him before you that he was a villain. So
oh
yeah. And
yeah,
what about the Red Hood series? Was the main villain?
the Red Hood series again is probably Black Mask, but it's also the Secret Society. Um, but it's mainly Black Mask because he doesn't want Red Hood to basically take over Gotham. And so that's why he forms the secret society with the other, basically, crime lords of Gotham. And so I guess it is basically Black Mask, the main villain, and then the other guys, including Two Face, are basically kind of the secondary main villains. But like I said, it's mainly Black Mask.
Yeah. All right. So Black Mask in both Sorry about that. I
That's
had
fine.
technical difficulties. So yeah, both series Black Mask, and one of them has Secret Society.
hmm
So for the non DC, non Batman fans out there watching this, could you explain what is the Secret Society?
So the secret society basically is uh, basically it's a group of the crime lords, the main crime lords, which is Carmine Falcone, Salvatore Maroni, Rupert Thorne, and Tony Zuko. And then Black Mask and Two Face are also in it. Basically, the four crime lords come together with Black Mask and Two Face to basically take down Red Hood, who is basically the hero, um, because they don't want Red Hood to take over their town and to take over their parts of Gotham, because otherwise they would have nowhere to go and they would be out of business. So that's, I mean, they're basically a group of crime lords trying to take down another kind of crime lord.
Yeah, yeah. All right, that's neat. Secret Society, crime lords. So in the Secret Society, there's the mafia in it. Is there like a mafia?
Mm, no, not necessarily. I mean, their groups are also in it. I mean, they're kind of, I mean, their henchmen will kind of be part of it, but not really. It's mainly the four crime lords and Two Face and Black Mask. Um, but like Carmine Falcone, his kids, his two boys will join. But like I said, they'll be basically in secret. They'll be working with Red Hood and going undercover. So yeah.
All right. So is there any inspiration on your series?
Definitely. I'd have to say Mad Bat Productions is probably the main one who inspired me um, to do my series. He made a series called One Man's True Wonderland, and it is awesome. Um, he's an inspiration. Forest Fire 101 is. Um,
Oh yeah, Forest Fire. He's a good animator. He's a good
yeah,
animator.
he is. I
He
think
also just became a meme channel because like the duck song.
yeah,
So
and then Lincoln Pop 13. He's another one of my inspirations, and then um, Akash Lego Productions is another one. I
uh,
think those four mainly inspired me.
yeah, Akash also inspired me, dude. I actually really liked his stop motions. What inspired me actually, was Flapjack films.
Oh
When
yeah, Flapjack. I know who that is.
yeah, dude, he's funny. He's really funny. I remember watching his. Star Wars videos, like the May the Fourth special, and I remember that, and I remember the Star Wars special. I remember watching that. Did you see his DC special? All his DC special videos?
Yeah, I've seen those before.
Yeah, they're cool. Did you see his Batman series?
Mhm.
That's also
I've
cool.
seen it.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Flapjack Films. He's also good. He's a really good animator. Actually, also, so I've only done this is might be surprised, might not be. I only actually done like 2 to 3 things on stop motion. So I just did Lego Dimensions stop motion, a Marvel stop motion, and a Spider-Man stop motion. Like, cause one is just mainly based on Spider-Man, one's mainly based on the whole Marvel thing, and then one's on Lego Dimensions. So yeah, that's what my stop motions are based off of, and yours are obviously Batman. Now, so those questions actually
Based off.
I told you to I gave you before the podcast, so you had a chance to think about them, process them. Now this is the fun
Mhm.
part. I will ask you questions that you were not prepared for.
Okay.
So yeah. So what are your thoughts? So since you're a Batman, you're just you're a Batman fanatic, right? What are your thoughts on
Mhm.
Iron Man? Since they're like kind of the same person, but not really.
Yeah, Iron Man. I mean, Iron Man's cool. Don't get me wrong, but I do prefer Batman and DC. But I do like Iron Man. I think his suits are really awesome. My favorite suit is probably the Mark 42, only because it's gold and silver, and those are two of my favorite colors. So, I mean, Iron Man's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Iron Man was my favorite superhero at a point. Actually, surprisingly, Batman is actually was my second favorite. So my first favorite was Iron Man, then Batman. So yeah, now Batman's like my yeah, maybe my third or fourth favorite superhero. But
Yeah.
actually, my favorite superhero of all time is actually Ghost Rider, the Johnny Blaze version.
Oh,
Yeah, I he he I watched all the Ghost Rider movies. I seen all the Ghost Rider scenes in the Agents of Shield series. He's really cool. He's really
yeah. Yeah, he is.
So what are your thoughts on Ghost Rider?
Ghost Rider is actually really cool. Ghost Rider was actually one of my favorite superheroes as well back when I was kind of little. Um, I haven't seen any of the movies, but I did see like clips and stuff, and they were really cool. And I actually always wanted to like cosplay one day as Ghost Rider because he looks so cool. But that's not gonna happen anytime soon because yeah, that's just not gonna happen. But otherwise, Ghost Rider's pretty cool.
I cosplayed as Ghost Rider once for Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna actually do that once, but then I didn't have any of the stuff, sadly. So I was like, darn.
Nice, dude. All right, so who would win in an all-out match? Ghost Rider versus Batman. I think
Honest,
I think Batman could possibly win if he could beat literally anyone, like the comic book version at least. He could beat Superman, and even in the movie one, he could beat Superman.
yeah, I think Batman would probably win. I mean, Ghost Rider probably has more of a chance, only because Batman would probably have to make a fire-resistant suit like he did with Firefly in the Batman animated series. So he would probably have to do that in order to beat Ghost Rider. Otherwise, I think Ghost Rider would probably have the uh, advantage.
The thing
Yeah.
is, though, I don't know how Batman is gonna go up against the Penance Stare. So, like, cause can't if you, cause the Penance Stare, if you guys don't know, for the people who don't really know Ghost Rider, it's basically when Ghost Rider grabs you, makes you look into his eyes, where you feel all the sins you've committed to other people, and then your eyes burn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know how Batman is gonna get through that. So Batman has to probably, use a lot of his vehicles to get around Ghost Rider. And Ghost
Probably.
Rider is um, he's not indestructible, but he's really really strong.
Yeah, that is true.
Like like Ghost Rider could probably use Batman's vehicles. Like I'm talking about the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. He could probably use Batman's vehicles as and make it his own. Like he could probably steal a version of the Batmobile and make it Ghost Rider Batmobile. So
Yeah.
it's one of those fights where you never think that someone would ask you, but you guys should probably like comment down below or something about who would win, Batman versus Ghost Rider. But I think it was Batman because Batman always finds a way to get around with something.
That is true.
Have you played any of the Arkham games?
Yeah, I've actually played all of them.
Oh, that's nice. So what's your favorite one?
I'd probably have to say Asylum is my favorite because Asylum is like really really cool, and it. I mean, granted, you don't go anywhere besides Arkham Asylum, but still, it's really really cool. So
You know what I'm confused about in you know the DC universe. Why do people still live in Gotham? That's what I'm
I
just
have no idea.
confused about.
Yeah.
Why do people still live there? I mean, like constantly every day there's something going on.
Mhm.
So yeah, the dark in the, I think it was the Dark Knight Rises. Or was it that one? No, 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 no. It was Batman the Dark Knight. Yeah, I think it was just the Dark Knight. He where it was the Joker, Ledger Joker.
Yeah, it was the Dark Knight.
Sorry about that. Um, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, that was the Joker one. I don't know how people still live in Gotham after what happened with the Joker.
Yeah, I mean, in Arkham Knight, granted, everyone evacuates, but still, I mean, there's still like cops, in the GCPD, and it's like, okay, but it's like everyone evacuated, shouldn't you be gone too?
Yeah, and like I'm surprised like the U.S. military didn't like nuke Gotham when once everybody evacuated.
Yeah,
Come on, like literally, it's always in danger. There's always some kind of gang lords out there. There's always people dying when people don't notice, or when
mhm,
people notice too late.
yeah,
I'm just saying, I wouldn't like to live in the same city where a dude had two boats and they were going to explode, and
yeah, that's
I could
true.
have been in that boat. So I just realized in the Lego Batman movie, in the beginning of the movie, when the pilot dude said like, "Remember the situation that happened with the two boats?" I just realized they were referencing that movie.
Yeah,
I just realized that just now. What's your favorite Batman movie?
it's the Dark Knight.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah, I have it on DVD actually. I don't have the full trilogy. I only have the Dark Knight. But actually, it was supposed to go to my uncle, but he told me that I could keep it. So,
Yeah, I have the Dark Knight on DVD as well. But I don't use it because it's on Hulu now, so I just watch it whenever I want to. So I wanted to watch the Dark Knight trilogy, and it was all on Hulu, so I just watched it from there.
nice.
So, do you like any other superhero besides um Batman?
Yeah, I do. I actually like Spawn a lot. I will say
Spawn.
that.
Yeah, he got added to Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I like Spawn a lot because Spawn is really cool because he's kind of, I mean, he's not in DC and he's not in Marvel. He's kind of one of those comic brands that's not very popular, but yet they have the one uh, person who is the most popular in their brand. So that's kind of why I like Spawn, and his look is always really cool.
Yeah, magic and guns. I mean, you can't get any better than that.
Yeah.
Actually, who would win again? I'd probably Death Battle or someone already did this, but like Spawn versus Ghost Rider.
I think Spawn would more win because Spawn, like, he can like disappear into thin air, and so like that, I think that would be his probably advantage that he could just disappear whenever he wanted to.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. And he's also really strong. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's interesting. So I think we're gonna end it here. It was nice. I don't really know what to talk about. I mean, we're not gonna end it. Do you know? Do you want to talk about anything?
No, not really. I don't got anything to talk about.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna end it here. Thanks for listening to this podcast or watching. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be posting this on Anchor or whatever, but just thank you for doing what you do best on whatever you do on podcasts. And see you guys in another video because it's technically a video. So yeah, bye.